Pierre Poilievre wants to be the first prime minister in Canadian history to utilize the Notwithstanding Clause. He wants to violate our charter rights in order to make sure that multiple murderers die in prison, but he was completely unable to name any multiple murderer who has ever been let go of prison because that doesn't ever happen in Canada. That's not how it works. Paul Bernardo is never getting out of jail. He will be in jail forever. And just south of the border, apparently Donald Trump might invoke martial law in order to violate people's rights. Nice little comparison we got going on there. And listen, some of you are going to say that Trudeau invoking the Emergencies Act was also the same thing. I don't think those are comparable, but you are very valid in making your comparison and making your issues with that. And this does become a very difficult conversation to have, especially if you're somebody who supported the use of the Emergencies Act, but you don't support the use of the Notwithstanding Clause, like myself. These are inconsistencies that we have to learn to deal with. But that's something that a lot of us have to deal with. Like, if you're the type of person who thinks that Trudeau using the Emergencies Act was evil and he should have never done it and it makes him an awful prime minister, then you should also be against the prime minister or any of the premiers utilizing the Notwithstanding Clause. It's fundamentally the same thing. It's people's rights being violated. Depending on your worldview, you might think that it is worthwhile in that specific situation or not. But if you think that it's fundamentally always wrong, then it should always be wrong. If you fundamentally think that it's always right, then you should fundamentally think that it's always right for them to utilize that power that is given to them. And we can meet in the middle. We can have nuance. We can say that it's okay in one scenario and not another. Like, I don't think that Trudeau should have used the Emergencies Act, but he had no choice. The Ottawa police were literally not doing their job, and Doug Ford went into hiding. It was also supported by the majority of people in Canada. And similarly, I'm sure that if you frame it in the right way, the majority of Canadians would be okay with Pierre Poilievre using the Notwithstanding Clause to put away mass murderers forever. And listen, I don't have an answer for you on this one. I think that if the federal government is going to use the Notwithstanding Clause, it better be for a damn good reason. And I don't think that Pierre has one. And especially at a time like right now with what's going on down south, do we really want to be inching more towards that type of behavior? And again, I understand you're going to make the comparisons to the conflict. Go ahead, push me up in the algorithm, do it. But let's have a reasonable conversation about it, okay? I'm sure this is going to go great.